corpus meum, this is my body, this is my blood. And by that fact, we know by faith that this is indeed the body and blood of Christ.
Communion is now just coming to an end as you follow this celebration of the First Solemn Pontifical Mass in the newly consecrated chapel of Saints Peter and Paul at Our Lady of Guadalupe Seminary in Denton, Nebraska, in the Diocese of Lincoln, being broadcast live and internationally today by EWTN, the Eternal Word Television Network. And now the Blessed Sacrament is reposed, and the first time in the tabernacle, which will house it now in perpetuity as long as the Church stands, which we hope will be for many decades, indeed hundreds of years, in the service of God and the Church. And now there is the careful and elaborate ceremony of the cleansing of the vessels which contain the body and blood of Christ, which are cleansed with wine and then with wine and water, and carefully wiped, as are the fingers of the bishop who celebrated the Mass, to ensure that no fragment, however small, of our Lord's body, no drop of his blood, however infinitely small, may not be treated with the utmost reverence.
The purifications of the vessels being complete, the bishop will continue the ceremony with the communion antiphon, which has just been sung by the choir.
The chapel is now flooded with the bright afternoon Nebraska sun, looking very beautiful and so great to see, now filled with bishops, priests, and faithful, where before it was an empty shell.
Oremus. Quesumus omnipotens Deus, ut in hoc loco quem nomini tuo indini dedicavimus, cunctus petentibus auris tuae pietatis accommodes, quos celesti Domini alimentos satiasti, apostolicis intercessionibus ab omni adversitate custodi, per Dominum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum, qui tecum vivit et regnat in unitate Spiritus Sancti Deus, per omnia saecula saeculorum.
The bishop sings the words of the post-communion, invoking through the intercession of the apostles Peter and Paul, protection from all adversity. He will give his pontifical blessing to all those present after the deacon sings the dismissal.
Sit nomen Domini benedictum.
Ex hoc nunc et usque in saeculum.
Agitorium nostrum in nomine Domini.
Qui fecit caelum et terra.
Benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus.
Now Father John Berg will read the indulgence.
Pater et Dominus Fabianus, Dei et Apostolicae sedis gratiae, Episcopus Liconensis, dat et concedit omnibus Christi fidelibus ecclesiam hanc hodie visitantibus indulgentiam plenariam, et in die anniversario consecrationis, huius modi quingentos dies de vera indulgentia in forma ecclesiae consueta. Rogate igitur Deum pro felici status sanctissimi Domini nostri Fabiani, divina providentia, pape benedicti, dominationi sue excellentissime, et reverendissime, et sancte matris ecclesiae. His Excellency...
Now he repeats the indulgence in the vernacular.
His Lordship Bishop Fabian, by the grace of God and the Apostolic See, Bishop of Lincoln, gives and grants to all here present a plenary indulgence, and to those who on the anniversary of this consecration visit this church, an indulgence according to the church's customary form. Beg God, therefore, by his divine providence, for the well-being of our Bishop Fabian, our Pope Benedict, and of their most excellent and reverend rule of Holy Mother Church.
A plenary indulgence being the
So that
very
the
special
anniversary celebration will not always occur during the season of Lent. The anniversary for the consecration of this church will be celebrated each year on January 22nd.
January 22nd is the traditional day of the feast of the Chair of St. Peter at Rome. Now the procession gathers to recess from the church. The bells ring, the organs sound, the lit candles and the cross lead all out of the church, and this concludes the Mass of consecration and dedication for this chapel of Saints Peter and Paul in the Seminary of Our Lady of Guadalupe of the Priestly Fraternity of St. Peter, dedicated to the extraordinary rite of the Church, the traditional Latin Mass.
And on behalf of Father Berg, Superior General of the Fraternity of St. Peter, Father Goodwin, and myself, I certainly want to thank you for watching this ceremony and being with us here today for this occasion of great joy, not only for the fraternity, but for the whole church. Another church having been consecrated to be the place where the sacrifice of Christ shall be offered up for the salvation of all the souls in the whole world. May God bless all of you, and thank you.
And that's it from Denton. God reward you all for watching, and God's blessings be with you all.